Okay, I'm making this video not because I'm a YouTuber, but because I think that it's going to be useful for me in the future. And what it's about is it's all about a tool on the Sketcher lineup that sometimes when you go to do a sketch like this one here, it's quite confusing. This here is the validation sketch tool, and the problem with the validation sketch tool is when you're in Sketcher, often, especially if you've come from part design, it's always disabled, and you may come across a problem. And I'm going to close this, and I'm going to ignore what I've just observed, and you can probably see on the screen that it's now enabled because I've selected Sketcher. But this is not apparent when you normally use Sketcher to do sketches out of part design. So when do we need it? Well, if you look at this sketch, it appears to be constrained, probably fully constrained, but irrespective of that, it seems to be fine to pad. So we'll go to the normal thing that we see, which is here, where it says we can revolve or pocket or pad, and we go to do this, and we hit that, and it says the wire is not closed. So we hit that, cancel out of there, go back and go, but the wire is closed. And sometimes when all these things are constrained, it's not apparent that any of them are at fault. If this were fully constrained, and I'll go back to Sketcher, the sketch, if this were fully constrained, it still could be an open wire. So the issue is, how do you solve it? Well, you actually get out of Sketcher, as in you get out of the sketch, but you stay on the sketch that you're looking at, and you open Sketcher. You click on here, and it says up here, highlight the troublesome vertices. Click on that, and you'll see a little red dot, maybe more in this case, and they're the problems. Now, you can click here to fix these things. Generally it doesn't work because you're not in an edit mode. So you make note of what they are, and you close this, and then you open Sketcher, in which case this is now disabled. However, we can go back to here and we can have a look at this and go, it's not connected. That's easy to fix. And we go back to this one over here that we saw, and we can see, well, that's obviously not coincident either. Now, the better way to do this would have been, and I'll undo this, Control Z and Control Z, and I think this one up here is the same still. I'm going to go Control Z. So they're still broken, but normally when you would do a shape like this, like when you put rounded corners on it, you would actually make these tangent to one another. Okay, and we do that. Of course, they're still not coincident anymore, even though they're coincident down here. Not really sure why one constraint does both in most cases, but they still have to be coincident. It'll take one of those out. I'm not sure where the hidden thing is, but so these two need to be tangent. We'll find that, and as you can see, they also need to be coincident. And something got taken out, not really sure what it was. Should have had a look. So as you can see now, it's fully constrained and it's a closed wire. So now if I go back to part design, I can pad this, and it works. Okay, that's all. That's for my sake. but hopefully it's useful to everybody else as well. This tool used to work a different way, and all the videos on YouTube show it to be the old way, and the old way seemed to be fine, but somebody in their wisdom has changed it, and it doesn't seem to be notified anywhere. So, alright, have a lovely day. Bye-bye.